Good morning, everyone. We are still waiting for a few people, but in the meantime, I would like to thank you all very much for being here. I'd also like to give you my warmest welcome to our country business briefing. San Marino, the ancient land of liberty, a business-friendly jurisdiction in the heart of Europe. Before going ahead with this presentation, I'd also like to take a minute and dedicate it to the pillars and the main reasons why we are here today. People, you, us. San Marino Commissioner General, Mr. Filippo Francini, the management staff of our pavilion, Ms. Ilaria Brizzi, Media Manager, Ms. Sara Conti, Sales Manager, Ms. Elisabetta Bucci, Protocol and Accreditation Manager. I'd also like to express my deepest gratitude to our pavilion staff, the beating heart of our pavilion. Expo is coming to an end, and for those of you who had the incredible luck of being part of it, this means mainly two things. We are all very busy, and at the same time, the events that we want to take part in are so many and still never enough to fulfill our desire to know more about foreign countries, about further opportunities, and ultimately about the world, what the world has to offer. San Marino is the most ancient republic in the world, and it's also the 5th smallest country. New information, right? Then you will be delighted to know, additionally, that our republic is not only a beautiful touristic destination, but also a strategic business hub in Europe. And we will go through both of these two aspects with our speakers today. This is just a brief introduction. You will also watch some videos and you will hear a lot of information that I'm sure will help you to rethink about San Marino from many different perspectives. But what will make the difference today is the incredible professionals you will hear talking about our country. So, let me introduce you to our prestigious speakers. Mr. Fabio Righi, Minister of Industry, Handicraft and Trade, who will tell us more about the perspectives and opportunities that San Marino can and is currently offering. Mr. Denis Cecchetti, Director General of the Chamber of Commerce, Economic Development Agency, and Mrs. Laura Fabbri, Director of Trade Division. They will guide us through all the opportunities and information you need to know if you're planning to start a business in San Marino or with companies based there. And finally, we will give some space to questions. Thank you very much again. I hope you will enjoy the next 30 minutes with us. And our invitation for you today is come as a tourist, stay for business. Minister Righi, I'll give you the floor.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here today in this beautiful place, this beautiful location with this incredible view in this magic setting of the Expo 2020. First of all, I would like to say thank you to all guys and girls that work for this event, especially the Commissar General of the Republic of San Marino of Expo Dubai 2020, Mr. Filippo Francini, and the Director General of our pavilion, Mrs. Letizia Cardelli. Let me say thank you at the beginning of my speech, even to the Chamber of Commerce and the Development Agency of the Republic of San Marino for the organization of this event, this economic event dedicated to our country and to know better our country. I think this kind of event are very important, especially for a small country, for a small nation like the Republic of San Marino, to make known itself and to make known its peculiarities, characteristics and competitive aspects in this important international context. And this last point, I think it's very important today for us. Probably it's important for all countries in the world, but especially for the Republic of San Marino, the international context. Let me say that even if the Republic of San Marino is one of the smallest republic in the world, need today to find its own position, economic position, in the international context. Especially, in my opinion, for two reasons. One, because after the crisis of the economic model of the Republic of San Marino about 2006, 2008, the Republic needs to rethinking and redraft its economic identity to find its new position in international context. And even because its internal market isn't enough for their companies, for the development of their companies. The second, it's the consequence of the point one, really. The Republic needs to open its market today, to increase its opportunities, even thanks to the new technologies. And I think new technologies is the better way, the better instrument to increase the opportunity of our companies. And even in consideration of the challenges that we have faced globally in recent years and that await us in the future. Challenges that, in my opinion, required us to rethink of the model and organization of our economy and even of our companies. And every country today, especially today, large and small, I think have to play their role in this context, in which it will be necessary to find even greater integration, even greater coordination. But first of all, in my opinion, it's important to find great awareness and knowledge of its own economic identity. In this process, I think our 5,000 small and medium-sized enterprises that make up the San Marino economic system and will play a fundamental role, because with their competitiveness and flexibility, will able to give their contribution to the rapid evolution of the system. This is the goal of private sector, but in my opinion, the public sector have a fundamental rule, equal fundamental rule. Because for this process, the rule of institution, it's important to support this growth with new legislation, with new laws. And in San Marino, these circumstances isn't absolutely concrete, not theoretical. For example, in San Marino, we are able to approve the new laws in a few months. And this is a competitive aspect. It's therefore a transformation moment. For the Republic of San Marino, probably it's a historical moment, because San Marino today tried to change its economic model and try to identify new sectors where you can invest. How? Focus on new technologies applied to the real life, on innovation, on competitive legislation, with the ambition to become a technological hub in the middle of Europe, an excellence point in the middle of Europe. We think that is the better vision for the economic future of the Republic of San Marino. In the end, let me say that this period is a period of great difficulties, probably, for the Republic of San Marino, for the world, but even of great opportunities, especially economic opportunities. What is our goal, the goal of the Chamber of Commerce? Don't lose these opportunities. Thank you very much. I pass the floor to the Director General of the Chamber of Commerce. Thank you.
Good morning, very welcome to this country business briefing. It's an honor to be here and to share with you some key points about vision and the goals of the Republic of San Marino in business terms and not only. And let me just introduce this brief overview describing to you who we are. So what's the Economic Development Agency and Chamber of Commerce of San Marino? Okay. So the Economic Development Agency, Chamber of Commerce, is a joint stock company owned by the Republic of San Marino and by all the entrepreneurial association, all the banks and the University of San Marino. We are a state policy instrument for promoting the Republic of San Marino abroad, attracting investments, and supporting newly established businesses in San Marino. As a joint stock company, we are, as I told you just a few seconds before, we are public, and we are represented by the Minister of Industry. So the Minister of Industry, Mr. Fabio Righi, is one of our key reference point person, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The private stakeholders, as I told you, and shareholders, is the economic business part of San Marino. And we have a board of directors. Our president is one of the biggest entrepreneurs in San Marino, Mr. Emanuele Colombini. I'm the director general. Laura Fabri is the director of the trade division, and another colleague, she's not here today, she's the director of the Chamber of Commerce division. It's unusual in big countries to have all-in-one, let's say, instrument as we are. We are an integrated solution containing the investment promotion tool, the agency, containing the Chamber of Commerce, and containing also the International Trade Agency. So, as I told you before, we attract, we support the international development, and we support locally businesses. Before I give the chance to Ms. Fabri to give you an overview about the jurisdiction, not only about the business side, let me tell you just two things about our, would say, goal, the agency, Chamber of Commerce, and the Republic in a certain way. We are trying to realize an upgrade of the old jurisdiction. The upgrade I'm talking about is in two directions. The first one is we are trying to digitalize all the system. So, thanks to new technologies, we are trying to upgrade the drivers that San Marino already has, and we will explain in a few seconds, in a few minutes, which are these drivers. The other goal is to realize this upgrade, embracing what it's called the green transformation. So we are working on the transformation of the jurisdiction in both ways, the digital and the green. The two goals are strictly connected, of course, and this is one of the main goals we are here. Thank you again for being here, because we would like to deliver this message, but especially to meet people interested in supporting and working and investing with us in these two sides transformation, the digital and the green one. Okay, I will leave the space to my colleague, Ms. Fabri, in order to give you a broad overview of the jurisdiction, the main drivers, the main jurisdictional and legal and taxation aspects of the jurisdiction. But please believe me, and please come to visit us. It's not only a good business place, it's a really nice place where to live, to work, and to grow a family interests in Europe. Thank you very much.
So good morning. Good morning to everybody, and thank you very much for having accepted the invitation in this very, very busy day. So much has already been said by Minister Righi about our jurisdiction, and I believe that the movies that you have seen, the films that you have seen when entering, when taking place, have already given you an idea of our landscape, of the geomorphological characteristics of the Republic of San Marino. This beautiful mountain overlooking the Adriatic Sea on the one side and the Apennines on the other side. As my Director General said, I'll try and be very brief in describing our jurisdiction, but it is quite a complex jurisdiction, so it won't be an easy task mine due to the fact that we have got little time. So I'll be very concise and just give you the idea of various aspects, starting from tourism to the international positioning of the Republic of San Marino, and then to its economy, taxation, major assets. But I invite you to go in depth looking at the booklet we have provided you with, or visiting our website, the agency's website, or visiting our pavilion. So let's start with the basic information about the Republic of San Marino. We are well aware of the fact that many do not even know where the Republic, where this very small jurisdiction is located. So we are in the southern part of Europe, completely surrounded by the Italian peninsula. So the Republic is an enclave inside Italy. The territorial extension is just 61 square kilometers, a small population of about 33,000 inhabitants. A distinguishing feature of the Republic of San Marino is that we have about 15,000 citizens residing abroad, most of them in Italy, in Europe, but also in the United States, in Argentina, in many countries. The minister said that a specificity and a point of strength of the Republic of San Marino is its rapid legislative process. And this is due to the fact that we have got a single chamber parliament. And we do have two heads of state at a time, our captains regent. They remain in power just for 6 months and have got the power of veto, one against the other. This is a legacy from the Roman times and obviously a sign of democracy. Our language is Italian and currency is euro. San Marino is proud to say that it is the oldest sovereign state and constitutional republic in the world, being founded in 301 after Christ. I was told that we are the only state in the world still bearing the name of the patron saint, of the saint who founded the Republic of San Marino, Saint Marino. And our full sovereignty is recognized every day at an international level in all international fora. Just to give you an example, San Marino is part of the Uniting for Consensus group for the reform of the UN Security Council. This is just to give you an idea of the participation of the Republic of San Marino in international life in the most important international fora. San Marino was included in the UNESCO World Heritage List in 2008. And also in this case, if you come and visit the Republic of San Marino, you will see a beautiful country. I'll show you some pictures later on. But the Republic was not included in the UNESCO list because of its towers or historic monuments, but it was included as exceptional testimony of representative democracy and independent republic since the 13th century without interruptions. And all San Marino citizens are very proud and wish to defend this legacy. Going on, if I manage to make it work. Okay. In San Marino, we really enjoy a high quality of life. on account of a universal and free health system, high level and free education till the university, till college. There is a very low crime rate, so for security reasons, the Republic is really a happy destination to live in, but also to make business in. The environmental protection guidelines and commitment of the government is also another very interesting aspect, and a series of policies in favor of sustainability. I'm thinking of sustainability in a very broad sense. So also from a business perspective, the Republic encourages everything that can be sustainable for a small country with a small population. So everything must fit in the territory and in its specificities. It is also possible to come and reside in the Republic of San Marino. There are various possibilities offered both to entrepreneurs, to investors, and even to pensioners, obviously fulfilling the requirements envisaged by law. After 10 years, all typologies become permanent. As I said, the Republic is an enchanting tourist destination. Before COVID pandemic, almost 2 million visitors used to come and enjoy our cuisine, our restaurants, sports facilities, shopping areas, and malls. You will see a short movie at the end of this presentation about a mall, a fashion mall, which was inaugurated last year, a very top-level mall. Here are just some pictures to give you an idea. This is one of the 3 towers overlooking, as I said, the Adriatic Sea, and the many ceremonies and events that tourists enjoy all year round. Christmas events, institutional ceremonies, there are many things going on all year round. But many also come to organize or participate in conferences, business meetings, and cultural or sports events. It is, I always say that it is a very good basis for holidays, because from the Republic of San Marino it is very easy to reach major Italian destinations of great historic value, but also the beach. If you want to go to the beach, it's just 20 kilometers away. Rimini, Riccione, very famous Italian destination cities along the Adriatic coast. So, all in all, people coming to the Republic of San Marino really enjoy a unique travel experience. Our people are really very hospitable, and walking in our narrow streets in the historic center is like living a bit of a fairy tale. So there are very ancient museums, churches, towers, but also, as I said, shopping opportunities. Now I'll switch to another aspect that is a major aspect of the Republic of San Marino, of this jurisdiction, and the minister mentioned the fact that the Republic of San Marino is fully integrated in the international community. So some points of strength are here summarized. Full integration, geographical position, a business-friendly environment, favorable tax regime. I've already mentioned something about the high standards in quality life and absence of microcrime, proximity to places of artistic, cultural, and scenic interest. Going back to full integration in the international community, It is worthwhile underlining the fact that San Marino has official relations with 152 countries, almost all at a diplomatic level. It is a member of major international organizations like the United Nations and the Council of Europe. We have got a cooperation and customs union agreement with European Union. This is very important, obviously, also from a business perspective, because there are no trade barriers. Let's say that San Marino goods are treated like European goods. An association agreement is being negotiated. We expect to be concluded next year, and this will obviously guarantee a closer integration of San Marino, not only people but businesses, in a 500 million market, 500 million people market. We have a monetary agreement with the European Union, so we are included in the single euro payments area, receive the highest OECD recognition, so compliant for international cooperation, and recognized as fully cooperative country for tax purposes. This slide here summarizes San Marino commitment to the highest international standards and to the determination to an internationalization process. We have 24 double taxation agreements in force based on the OECD model, and everybody knows how important these agreements are for people doing business, for investments, because they obviously define the taxation regime for the cross-border income flows. Equally important are the promotion and protection of investments. They obviously they favor investments from abroad. Then there are about 30 tax information exchange agreements. And now a brief overview of our economy. We have about 5,000 businesses operating in various sectors. Almost half of them are in the form of companies. Our economy is a really heterogeneous, diversified one. We have most of our businesses are small, medium-sized businesses, but these are flanked by international level businesses exporting their products almost all over the world. This graph here shows the major contributors to GDP. As you can see, unlike the other small countries in Europe, the most important sectors, the GDP is really formed by many sectors. And the largest contributor is the manufacturing sector. Then we have services and trade, but also the manufacturing sector is really diversified. From the production of construction items, furniture, or packaging machinery, and in particular we have many businesses operating in the pharmaceutical sector and food supplements. I mentioned packaging. While the graph here shows how the number of enterprises by economic sector. In this case, services account for more than 50%. And now just a few words about trade. It goes without saying that Italy is our main trade partner, being the Republic completely surrounded by the Italian territory. But while in the past Italy was almost the only destination for our products, nowadays businesses are trying to internationalize the company and are looking for more distant destinations. Apart from Italy, except Italy, you can see here the major trade partners for import: China, Germany, Spain, Poland, and in case of export, Switzerland, United States, France, Russian Federation, Germany. So, what distinguishes the Republic of San Marino is also the fact of having an institutional structure and, as I said, a legislative process characterized by a short chain. It is very easy for businessmen in the Republic of San Marino to meet ministers, if it is the case, if it is necessary, but also to meet all the various authorities that might, let's say, examine your business project in advance, give suggestions. This, for business reasons, having this short chain is really an asset, because we all know that speed and flexibility means competitiveness. San Marino Innovation. San Marino Innovation, as the slide says, is the reference body for innovation and blockchain projects. It is also responsible for implementing the digital agenda of the Republic of San Marino. It contributes to the development of a new economy based on technologies, know-how, skills, competences. As a matter of fact, it is also the institute responsible for certifying innovative companies. Innovation in terms of products, but also of processes. And this is the sector that is most favored also by government policies. As you have seen, we have got a very small territorial extension, and despite the fact that obviously technology helps also labor-intensive or energy, let's say, intensive businesses, it is obvious that our country is more suitable to host companies based on intellectual property, on innovation, know-how, and this is what really the government policies, as the minister said, are aiming at. Courts for trusts and fiduciary relations. This is also an asset of the Republic of San Marino. It is a unique institution competent for all cases and disputes concerning legal relationships deriving from entrustment or confidence, like trusts and fiduciary relations. Jurists are really world-renowned jurists. Judgments are delivered in a speedy way. So this is also an institution that is growing very fast, both in terms of number of cases, of files, but also in reputation. Patent and Trademark Office. This office too is really performing very well, and it is strategic, as I said, for a country wishing to promote intellectual property projects based on machine learning, IT, blockchain. So having the possibility of registering one's own trademarks, so the intellectual property designs, in the Republic of San Marino, or extending the designs, the marks, and to other destinations, to other countries, is really a plus. We do also have an aircraft registry. Is a global leader in aircraft registration services. Most recently, our ship registry was open to commercial boats. In the past, it was only open to leisure boats. University. Everybody knows how important the university is in supporting also the business community. This is a task that the University of the Republic of San Marino also has. Here you can see some courses. I would say that this university is tailored on the students' needs. And now, just a few words. As I said, I won't go too much into detail when talking about the company formation, taxation. You have got a booklet, but I'll give you just an idea. First of all, people who do not reside in the Republic of San Marino and intend to open up a business, they have to set up a share capital company or purchase shares of an existing company or through a permanent establishment according to the OECD terms. These are the forms of companies usually used. Income tax. The most important thing to say about income tax is that there is only one general income tax applied to all categories of income and to each and every category of taxpayers. We have progressive tax rates applied to private persons, proportional tax rates applied to companies, whether individual or legal entities. So progressive tax rates go from 9, those apply to natural individual, to persons, range from 9% to 35%. Proportional tax rate applied to company is 17%. Dividends. No taxation is applied to dividends when these are distributed to legal entities. A 5% comprehensive withholding tax instead is applied when distributed to private individuals. But special tax regimes are envisaged for new costs. I'll give you just a little information. In case of a new company, taxation is reduced by half. So you have seen that the ordinary taxation rate is 17%. In this case, we have 8.5% taxation rate for 5 years. While innovative companies, those certified by our institute, enjoy a very special tax regime for 12 years. And for the first 4 years, they do not pay tax at all. Then 4% and then 8%. So this is the taxation program envisaged for the innovative companies. And then there is the patent box regime in San Marino too, according the OECD term. So a tax relief on the reinvestments of profits deriving from the intellectual property, always in line with the government's approach to favor businesses based on intellectual property. And the trust company regime applied to the Trust Institute I've mentioned before, the Trust Court I've just mentioned. This is what I've already said. So a reduced taxation for newly created companies. There is a small labor requirement, hiring requirement. In addition, new companies do not pay the license fee. The license fee, the San Marino system operates like the Italian one. You have to apply for an operating license, and in case of new businesses, this is free, and also the renewal for the following 3 years is free. Then there are many other incentives related to participation exemption, loss carryover, profit reinvestment, job implementation, share capital consolidation. All these points are briefly but precisely described in the booklet you have in your hands. Again, dividends and capital gains. In this case, dividends, I'm talking about dividends received from foreign companies, not generated in the Republic of San Marino. In this case, 95% of the dividends received from foreign companies do not contribute to the formation of the company's income, provided that the participation is held continuously for 12 months. And there is no capital gains tax on the transfer of participation in resident or non-resident companies if the two requirements mentioned here are met. And just a few words about indirect taxation. The Republic of San Marino has not a VAT system. It has a single-phase, single-stage tax applied on the imports of goods and related services, only on services related to the goods imported. This tax is refunded if the goods are subsequently re-exported. The ordinary rate is 17%, 1% rate on capital goods, this is not refundable, and 0% on services between companies. This is also a major thing to look at. Going forward, the banking system of the Republic of San Marino. We do have a central bank. It is the single supervisory authority of the entire system of the banking, insurance, financial system. There is a financial intelligence unit, the FIU, established inside the central bank, but according always to OECD terms, it is fully independent and it is responsible for monitoring all anti-money laundering procedures and practices. San Marino institutions guarantee a regulatory framework and an oversight structure in line with the best standards. And this reflects exactly what I mentioned at the beginning when I said that the Republic of San Marino is in line with the highest international standards in terms of transparency. Our banking and financial system, we have 11 authorized parties, including 4 banks, 3 management companies, 1 financial fiduciary company, 1 payment institution, and 2 insurance companies. Points of strength: integration in the euro currency area, participation in the single euro payments area. San Marino banking system is also approaching the sector of virtual assets. Very recently, a piece of legislation has been passed by Parliament to provide customers, following the authorization from the central bank, the custody and/or administration services for virtual assets. So, thank you very much for your patience. You can, thank you. This booklet can be downloaded also from our website. Now I give the floor to my director to conclude with. I wish to say that we will see a couple of movies, a very short one, a 30-sec movie summarizing the spirit of this presentation and the motto with which Letizia invited you to come here. So come as a tourist and stay for business. Then we will see an emotional movie and a very short movie on this fashion mall, brand new and top-level fashion mall inaugurated last year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Laura. Just 2 minutes. Few keywords in order to underline what has been said today and to add some few more things. So, an efficient and competitive tax and legal framework, a dynamic government, a small, really nice to live jurisdiction, a digital and green transformation. We are looking for, don't you hear me? We are looking for strategic partners in order to reshape the financial sector in San Marino, for banks and so on, in order to support with a new developed financial sector players to support the digital and the green transformation of this jurisdiction in order to be, in a practical way, a really efficient, competitive European, South European business hub. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much again to all our prestigious speakers. Thank you, Minister Righi, Mr. Cecchetti, and Mrs. Fabbri. You all touched the pivotal aspects and points of San Marino. You talked about the easiness of doing business and the consequent flexibility and competitiveness, the tax rate, the numerous diplomatic relationships, the agreements we have with the European Unions and with many foreign countries, the high quality of life, the absence of microcrime, our excellent university. So the country is really an enchanting touristic destination, and it's also a place where you can really consider to do business. So I believe now, even though we have managed to send you a message of openness and grounding, innovation and legacy, being small and ambitious, you might still have some questions and being curious about San Marino, or at least this is what we hope. So if there are any questions, we would be happy to try to give you some answers.
Eric Dury from Trending Business Insights. Are you planning to form any collaborations during your visit to the UAE?
Who wants to take this?
Thank you for your question. Well, we are working to strengthen and consolidate relationship we already have around the world, and this is a special occasion to meet all these people here. And we hope to leave Dubai with stronger agreement about investments in San Marino as an international, even if a small hub, business hub. Thank you.
Sorry, as an ancillary to that question, will you be signing any MOUs during your visit?
Thank you for your questions. We will sign for sure more than one MOU. The one I can talk about is the one with the Dubai Chamber of Commerce. And we are working on this agreement about this memorandum from several months in order to open new businesses between Dubai and in the United Emirates and San Marino, of course.
Afternoon, sir. Thank you for the presentation. My name is Kelepi. I represent two great islands in the middle of the South Pacific Ocean. One's Fiji, well known for tourism, and the other one is the Solomon Islands, which is connected to my Islamic brothers through the Prophet Suleiman. I read San Marino is the ancient land of liberty, as it says on the board, the business-friendly jurisdiction in the heart of Europe. My question is, would your heart beat more if you're looking at the prospects of connecting to the people of the Pacific? I think you have a lot to offer. And it is my hope that you can share those experiences. Expo has brought people together. It's about connecting minds and creating the future. I see when you do your list of connections to the other parts of the world, it's you as a giant with the giants. I think it's time for you to connect to the dwarfs as well of the Pacific. Bring us up, because Expo has provided that platform. And I hope that San Marino will be connected to the Pacific in one way or the other, especially when you've got my sister Shireen connected. So it's already started. But this is my hope. Through the margins of Expo, you'll be able to one day connect yourself more to the deep blue Pacific Ocean. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your hope is our hope. We strongly believe in a broader texture of connection, business and tourism, and more connections, of course. Thank you. Thank you for your message. The government and my staff also will work on this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Just an additional point, I know you're good at shooting with your arrows, but if you want someone to come and train the best rugby sevens team in the world, come to Fiji and we'll teach you.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Aman. I'm a journalist for a local publication here called Ninja Man. My question is, which innovations and initiatives from San Marino are you most excited about promoting here in the UAE?
Well, we have several initiatives, and I would say that the main focus for us is, to be honest, to attract investment funds in San Marino. Because being a small but very important South European business hub, we need strategic partnership and financial partnership in order to invest in not only in local companies, but also in new businesses, spin-offs, new ventures from all around Europe. And we find, we believe that this country specifically has a very visionary investors. This is our main goal. Thank you. Yes, please.
I'm Margarita Poposka from Rotary International. What is the positive outcome and highlight that you had from participation at Expo 2020?
Thank you for your question. I'll take this one as I feel it's more concern to me. So when we started this great adventure of Expo as a country and as a staff, our main goal was the one to help people to understand more and to know more about San Marino. So since we started, the main question was, is San Marino an island in the Pacific? And now you will forgive me if I will take your thoughts to my brief answer to Margarita's question. So now I believe after 6 months, thanks to the big effort that every one of us has done, the question is not that one anymore, but it's more similar to the ones that you're asking today. So what are the memorandum of understanding that you are signing? What are the countries that you are aiming to be closer to? What are the people who are asking questions? And what are your aims? So what are you looking for in the future? What is the main reason of your participations here? And what are the outcomes? So I'm very proud to say that a lot of people, both here in Dubai and back in San Marino, are working and have been working very, very hard to reach all these goals. And I'm very proud to say that I believe we have reached them 100% completely. So thank you again for everyone who have worked in this. And a big applause for everyone. Any more questions?
So please help me I would like to thank Letizia, the managers of the San Marino pavilion, and all the staff, because they contributed to this powerful visionary event here in Dubai that is, from our point of view, really important in order to connect minds and to create a better future. So thank you very much.
So I believe this is the end of our country business briefing. Thank you again for finding the time to come in this very busy day. And so we will have some time for coffee and a few dates, just in case you want to stay with us and maybe ask some questions closer to Mr. Cecchetti or Mrs. Fabbri, and maybe our minister, if he can stay just for a bit longer. Thank you again.